Okay, in this video we're going to do a slightly more complicated cross, and we're going to do one that is a little more practical too, because let's face it, how often are you going to be crossing P's in your lifetime? So we're going to use a human example, and this time we're going to use Tay-Sachs. Tay-Sachs is a heartbreaking disease. The kid's born normal, and over the next 5 years, they neurologically deteriorate, and they never live beyond 5. Thankfully, though, this is a recessive trait, so we represent it with a little t. And in this case, we'll use big T to represent normal allele. So at this loci, you can either have a completely normal allele that doesn't do anything that we know of, or a Tay-Sachs allele, which causes or can cause the disease if you have it from both parents. So we're going to cross two parents who are heterozygote, one of each allele for this loci. And Tay-Sachs can happen in any population, but is more prevalent in Ashkenazi Jews. So Jews, like myself, have been tested to see if we are carriers. Now, if you're an adult, the most you can be is a carrier. You can't have the disease because no kid lives beyond the age of 5 who has this disease. But if you're married to somebody who's also a carrier, there is a chance that you could have a kid with the disease. So you may go to a geneticist and pay hundreds of dollars and to find out what the chances are of you having that kid. But here I'm going to save you all those hundreds of dollars by teaching you how to do it on your own. So you know you're both carriers, you've been tested, and this is one parent. Half the time they're going to give big T, half the time little t, same thing over here. So let's cross these, and we have big T, because in this square we're getting a big T and a big T. Over here we're getting one big T from this parent, one little t from this parent. Same thing down here. This time the big T is coming from this parent up here and the little t from the parent here. And then in the last square we're going to transcribe little t because that's half the time this parent's going to give a little t, half the time big T, and so on and so forth. So I want to stress here that the geneticist is not going to tell this couple that they're going to have 4 kids, one's going to be completely normal, 2 will be carriers, and one's going to have the disease and die by 5. What they're going to do is tell them that this represents the percentage. So each time you have a kid, it has a 1 in 4 chance of being completely normal, a 2 in 4 or half or 50% chance of being a carrier, and a 1 in 4, 24% chance of having the disease. Okay, so in this cross we have 3 genotypes. One is TT, one is big T, and one is little t. So homozygote normal, heterozygote, and homozygote recessive. And this is the only one